and it's all very close together. Now this is our office to the actually that's the high school, and our office is to the right there. Those 4 windows in that side of the building are our office, my goodness. And it's a really nice space. We have all the normal modern conveniences that any office would have. We have fax machines, obviously computers, printers, digital cameras, video camera. We have all of the normal conveniences, but what I would like to mention is that it's very frustrating for some people when they first come out here to deal with the internet connection and our sporadic phone system. The phones do go out from time to time. It does happen. We have flaky phone wiring out here. It hasn't happened in a while, but you know, keep that in mind. We are out here in the middle of basically nowhere. We are 550 miles from Anchorage, which is our closest city, and things like that do happen, and the internet connection is very slow in comparison to what most people are used to. So just something to keep in mind as you think about coming out here, that everything isn't quite as it is elsewhere. So just keep that in mind. Alright, just another thing to kind of give you some information about. Most of the villages around Alaska will have clinics. Here in St. Mary's we have what we call a sub-regional clinic, which means it's a little bigger and we have more services than some of the smaller villages. So St. Mary's is considered a little kind of hub out here. We do have many more services than our neighbor villages. So this is the sub-regional clinic in St. Mary's, and they have an emergency room. They can give you immunizations. They can do pretty much anything that you would get anywhere else if you know you're sick and you need help. If it's something serious, heart attack, whatnot, they would medevac you to Anchorage or Bethel. So just keep that in mind. There are services out here for children and families if you need. Alright, this is the other apartment building in the village, and a lot of the villages have very similar kinds of housing, so this is pretty consistent with what you would see around the various villages if they have apartments available. This is Herman's Apartments, and there are 2 apartments available here right now, and the insides there are 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, and a kitchen living room area. There's lots of storage, and it's a really nice place. I'm going to show you this just briefly. This is our state trooper post in St. Mary's. They are posted all around Alaska in various villages. Usually the bigger hub villages are where they will have their trooper posts. We have 3 troopers here right now, 2 regular troopers and 1 wildlife trooper. And right next door is their beautiful housing. They have really nice housing here. So the next building you will see right there is actually our St. Mary's courthouse. We don't do a lot of work there for OCS. We tend to do ours telephonically through Bethel Superior Court, but we do have that here. There is a magistrate here, and right there is our St. Mary's Police Department and Fire Department. This is the post office, and as you can see, it's a nice little post office. The good thing about post offices out here in the village are you get a post office key for $2, and that is it. And that is your fee forever for the post office. There's no annual fee like a lot of other places. Alright, I'm going to video a little bit of the ride up towards the airport, because it's really beautiful out here. Even in the winter when it's minus 25 and cold, it is beautiful out here. We're really lucky to live where we live. It's peaceful, it's quiet, it's nice. Just to know about the cold, you want to make sure that you come out to Alaska with your real cold weather gear. I can't say enough about this. I didn't know that when I came out. I didn't have enough information about how really cold it truly gets. You want a really nice down coat, nice warm, waterproof, windproof, snow pants, boots that can go to minus 40 or 50 degrees. obviously a nice warm wool hat or a really thick fleece hat, and pay the extra dollars and get the nice toasty gloves. Face stuff, you don't want to go out when it's like this without your face covered, so we're talking neck gaiters, face mask, that kind of thing. Just safety is really important out here. You always have to be thinking ahead and taking care of yourself first. When you're talking about traveling to the different villages, you're going to be down there exposed to the weather conditions, and you always want to keep that in mind. So let's just enjoy the scenery and not me talking. Oh, right. And this is just a little glimpse of the village from on top of the hill. Here in St. Mary's, we are blessed with these beautiful rolling hills. It's not very flat like a lot of the downriver villages. The villages that are close towards the as you get closer to the Bering Sea, pretty much after Mountain Village, it's all flat tundra. So here, it's really nice, and that is the village. From the village of St. Mary's to the airport. Most villages, as we have this four-wheeler coming right at us on our side of the road, most villages have their airport right next to the village. Ours, because of the hills and ridges, had to be set apart from the village. So it's a little bit of a ride up to the airport, but we enjoy it. It gets us out of the village and makes us feel like we have an actual road. It's great. Glimpse at the hill where Pitcairn's Point is. Pitcairn's Point is a neighboring village of St. Mary's. It's actually the closest one. It's only about 5 miles from St. Mary's. The rest are pretty far away. This is the hill to Pitcairn's Point, and the road is right down there a little bit, and it goes right down to the Yukon River. So right after St. Mary's, which is on the Andreevsky River, right around the bend, maybe just a mile, it joins the Yukon, and the rest of our villages are actually on the Yukon River. So here's a little bit of scenery, and then we'll go check out the airport. One of the planes was actually coming in as I was driving up to the airport, so I wanted to get a picture of it. All right. This plane close my window because it's so loud out there. It's a plane I can actually almost get a picture of, but the sun's right behind it, so we'll go get some more. A plane sitting still, that's what I can handle videotaping. The planes that we fly on out here, this is a perfect example of one over here. If I could get... All right, so this is another plane. These are the typical planes that we fly on. They fit about 7 people total, and it's sitting still so I can video it really well. It's called a 207, and that is what we fly on in the villages.